how these people, not to people away now professionals. Not so pharmacists then, not nobody drugs. You just see them they sell drugs in the streets. You go begin to say this, they begin highlight some of the things the way the drugs they do. At the end of the day, way you look at her, not to say be. Yeah, so now some of the challenges and so get people not like for go hospital and a fine for make time know your status. And when you know your status, then you also take measures, put measures in place for prevent yourself. Now the best thing for do for yourself.
Okay, so you talk about you don't mention HIV. Whose disease again associated with?
Then we get hepatitis. For example, in Salona, I will get hepatitis B in common. Now a disease where it be say at the end of the way where you get them, it affect the lungs. It lead for make the lungs either rotting or something like that. Then they swell. Yeah. So it fine for many people they know their status.
Okay.
And now a disease and the way be say if somebody get them and it look there small where you go to hospital for make them able for make them treat you.
Okay, so you talk about hepatitis, you talk about HIV. What about syphilis?
Yeah, then come on. Yeah, you're correct.
How then why are they unbug like reproductive health system?
Well, in terms of syphilis, gonorrhea, now they come on one another. Yeah, now they come on one another. Now things in this way, then actually they affect bone business and a lot of other things. For example, gonorrhea, where somebody gets and for example, like a woman, it take belly. There's a tendency for the belly we get the picking inside. It gets the infection. Sometimes they see somebody born picking, they born in blind one.
Okay.
Yes, this is now one of the things then we now like infection can cause anything, some of anything in there. Yeah, where somebody can born picking, they born in blind one. Someday they born the picking with certain malfunction them in body. You understand? Mm-hmm. So infection and they cause anything in there greatly. It can lead to anything in there.
Okay, as the time they go inside the program, Ogefo can see the role where Maristops they play in all of these. Okay. But now we look at the general idea about reproductive. You talk about infection, actually. Well, how somebody go get infection? And would that common for get infection? Man or woman? And what's that the impact?
Both sides, manu, everybody so far can get infection. Yeah, especially people who can involve into unprotected sex and the sex without condom. Yeah, and these are people who be say they not get one partner at times. Probably you can sex without condom, but if you get a particular partner who not trust on yourself now, not more together, and not easily one can get infection. Yeah, but people, let's say now in our society in Sierra Leone, young people, me they work with young people directly. You can meet a lot of young people who will tell you, say, me I need to keep one boyfriend or I need to keep one girlfriend. So things like that.
Okay.
Things like that can lead to can lead to infection. So through that thing and that means and they we person they do get a lot of partners, unfaithfully get a lot of partners and they preventing self. It involve into unprotected sex. It can get infection.
Okay. The reproductive health make we put into categories. When you talk about reproductive health, somebody go think about belly woman or before like you get somebody will not get belly. Don't look at the different stages in reproductive health and how somebody they mend them from stage to stage or at different situation where the person find himself. In a situation of belly woman. We look at the reproductive health and the measures them way somebody will get belly need for take for safe delivery as part of reproductive care.
Well, just like you say, the measures them in terms of stages. First of all, you have to get from birth. Reproductive health they begin from birth. Well, like they begin from the time when they born they don't they get the reproductive system and body. So when the reproductive system don't begin form, and on to the time where it reach puberty. And now we don't reach puberty at the particular time and the way for begin take special care because some of the reproductive organs in the system don't really form now for make like the body be ready for like for say it go born picking at any time so far. Yeah. Now after that, we get somebody who not born it, when is sexually active,
Okay.
both man and woman, and somebody where a dumb born. Then we also get somebody when a belly woman. So then stages and you will be belly, somebody when a belly woman, a pregnant woman, somebody will get belly. From the moment you don't get belly, ensure say you go register na health center, make you do check up, make you always ensure say then they monitor you status.
Okay.
From that particular moment day, as you don't notice it dip belly, go na clinic one time, make you go register.
What about somebody who no get belly but is sexually active?
You need for the do check up, just like I say earlier on. You know go find like man in general. You need for the do for make you the go na hospital. You know go just me I know me I well I don't know but me say no. You still need for the go make you know your status. Yeah,
Okay.
make you fine for make you know your status. Now and one of the slow killers when like this hepatitis. Now something we person they know. You know go just take note of and say I get hepatitis. Unless you go now the 10 now way it go don't take you body good one you go don't you go notice and by then 10 and this until it go be too late. You see.
Okay, the program is still a listen to now Well Body Talk, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And inside the edition of the program Well Body Talk, I get Fire Foray, Youth and Adolescent Mobilization Officer, Western Area for Marie Stopes Salon, where then they deal with the issues here where they talk about reproductive health. Later we get for can see the actions of Marie Stopes in this direction, but we look at different things and force in reproductive health. And in the reproductive health stage, what do you mean by adolescence and all that?
Well, adolescence na like say for Sierra Leone na somebody where boy picking or girl picking where they between the ages of 15 to 19. That particular time in adolescence. And a particular period where like a motor man they try for make he reach to the status of a young adult. And young adult are somebody where they within 20 to 24. So somebody where they within 15 to 19 are adolescents. It in body now, in body system or in behavior now, it try for change for make you achieve that young adult status.
Okay. So being like at that adolescent stage, what are some of the things we needed by an adolescent?
Okay.
Yes, in terms of like for healthy reproductive system.
Well, one of the things we needed by an adolescent, the parent get for play a great part for making educate in Pekin, especially in terms of insexuality. Because if Pekin don't know about insexuality, you know say if you know say adolescent are within now the period and the way a young person they go into puberty stage. Where like for example, if now woman then tell if he tamper begin do man business, belle go inside. And sometimes if na boy picky, if he tamper begin do man business, go give belle. And the ten way be say he see say the woman either the man they begin get small beer, the woman they begin get some odor way like another maturity odor they come banaya. And sometimes if na boy picky they begin pull boy picky na girl picky they begin pull here and armpits. So na that particular period that they and it's very essential for let the parent begin educating Pekin about sexuality. Yeah. And once the Pekin don't get that knowledge about insexuality, you know waiting for do and waiting not for do that between that particular period day, I am very well sure say a go able take care of himself.
You don't touch one side way very much important way in sex education.
Yes.
Now, you they work with young people. When it comes to sex education, what's in like you now your assessment on that?
Well, for Sierra Leone,
Yes.
a really poor. I cannot like you, yeah.
Okay.
Because first of all, we get institutional barriers, we get religious barriers, then we get social barriers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
In terms of institutional barriers, you get certain institutions we go tell you say we would do this. Well, you know, we talk about sexual and reproductive health to young people. They would deal with organizations and then can get them barriers in there. And these are organizations owned by religious bodies. Yeah.
Okay.
Then also we get in terms of institutional barriers, the government safe. For example, you not go display anything when any IC material, information, education material, when you talk about sex within the school corridor, within any school corridor. So you see, that's a very big barrier. Yeah. And even when they go to school, and we not get anything like comprehensive sexuality education for now. We like some of the organizations and the Fed for like we marriage stops. We they contribute for make a government go pass that bill, make them give chance, we get a comprehensive sexuality education. We say the girl picking out, where the school go able to learn about in sexuality, make you know exactly. Yeah. So these now some of the barriers. And when you go to the religious aspect, we get a lot of people, Christians, they're not going to make them talk about sex. Then they see it as a taboo. You go to the religious people of like the Muslims, then say get a own. However, we get certain people and we are religious people, we get an understanding, and then one and then can help small.
So now look at the barriers, them social barriers in the social structures, how they affect the reproductive education of young people when they come up. In schools, we get what we call PHE. That's JSS level.
Yes.
At SS level, we get what we call health science and biology.
Exactly.
Somebody go say these then subjects are enough for deal with the issues there are so.
Well, if find where you come up with we call them subject there. But if you talk about PE, most of the way they do the physical aspect. And the physical aspect. They're not going to go into the nitty-gritties.
What about the health education?
It did. But they're not go into the nitty-gritties for him to tell the Pekin exactly about sexuality. In fact, me and you go. We very well know say if you come right down now, so you go to school campus, you talk as you begin talk about sex. The way they Pekin and they respond to you, go tell you say the environment no like they allow that. Yeah, because then they see as a taboo, as you talk about sex, they all begin like hey. So that would tell you say they're not really aware of them here. And if now people away, then they always talk about that to them. They know them. Then go see and say it is part of their system. It is part of them body. Not to think the way like if they talk to you about sex or sexual reproductive health or how to take care of yourself about when you deal within that period, the way we say you feel that sexual urge. You understand? They're not going to see and new. They're not going to see and say it's taboo. But people they really find it difficult in terms of sexual reproductive health topics in school environments, even at college level. Yes.
What's in the danger of if GD picking the sabi about sexual education where they grow up?
Well, sorry. Now, parents they need for know say whether they agree or not. The boy picking or the girl picking when they don't reach that stage, when they at that puberty stage, the sexual urge they come. Yeah, a very natural, and then for no say, sex and sexuality is a part of human system. And once it is part of the human system, you way the parent or you the big way they take care of the picky, you need for educate them. If you know educate them, there's a tendency where it don't begin feel that urge day. It go and experiment. And if you go to the level say make it experiment, it becomes a problem because you don't get the experience. Where you go experiments, sometimes you go do unprotected sex, evolve into unprotected sex, and once it evolve into unprotected sex, there is a very high tendency for make pregnancy candy. And if pregnancy candy, when unwanted pregnancy or sometimes a teenage pregnancy, yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes it afraid the parents. If you go to the parents, sometimes the parent are lying in front of the house, in beginning not a friend to her. So with that fear in her, the next thing we go do, he go either go for unsafe abortion. And when he go for unsafe abortion, either he die there or he end up forget complications. You see, and when he end up forget complications, trauma don't kind a lot of that thing they frustrate. So things like that.
We can't look at reproductive rights. We in a safe abortion and other one day, and also prevention for some of these things. But though we look at you talk about sex education, one of the things them we according to statistics we the study don't show say plenty young women them way during when they see them menstruation period knocking go to school and think say this is a very dangerous thing for me. Whose role you think say the mama them or the parent them for play or the society for play for make them see say this not a taboo for we at all?
the first thing of an acceptance, the need for acceptance, sexuality education, now a must. Sexuality education no mean say you for taking that formal way. Yeah. As a parent, from where you picking don't reach from 9 years old. Because it is by stages. You can do sexuality education by stages. When we begin on the 9 years old, you get a way where you go educate them about sex. Yeah. Where you don't reach 11 years old, you get a way where you go educate them. And when you pass that level, they can to 15 years, you get the way where you go educate them. Because a good number of the pikin we don't know 11 years old. If na girl pikin, sometimes they begin experience messes. Yeah, if na boy pikin, sometimes they begin experience for release semens. So and then they will block them because it is naturally part of him body. You don't get control over her. And because he inexperienced, you know he will get control over her. So the only way the parent will help now for sit them down and educate them, tell them. Say this stage where reach so na so get for experience and now so you get for control. You boy pick where you reach so stage now this so thing you get for experience now your life and now so you get for you get for able ensure say you control them. You understand? By doing that, I think say we go solve a lot of problems in our society.
Again, like you talk about the religious barrier in sex education. Maybe then go somehow when you go to mosque, then go preach them. When you go to churches, then go preach them. But the way maybe then go put them, then they hide them. So kind way that the pikin no way like able understand.
Thank you very much, Kamo. You see, you really told me like you understand, eh? Probably if me they deal with young people them, I sit them down, I try for take them through sexuality education. First of all, sometimes I go tell them, make them be open up, make them tell me. Talk to me, you understand, eh? That has to be the first stage. Make them talk to me, and you put them in that. Once you don't put them in that forum, then you don't give them confidence. Then they tell you about exactly how then they feel, the challenges and they feel in their life, and you go to educate them. You just need for be open, yeah, and you need for tell them that it's part of their life. But in the religious aspect, sometimes if big people in Sidoanda, young people in Sidoanda, you try to talk about sex education, it's a taboo. Or probably we get such imam, they're not too comfortable for talk to young people. So at the end of the day, they open up and tell the young people exactly what's the problem. And when you educate young person about sexuality education, you need to tell them how then they feel. And what thing will happen to them by stages. And make them tell you also how then they feel within the stage where they. And once they don't tell you how then they feel within the stage where they, then you give them some of the things, the precautions they would put them for take. How for solve some of them then challenges they wouldn't go through. Because they only lead to the feeling when they get, it leads to certain to certain level of trauma within them. Because if you look for solutions, you get solutions, they feel very uncomfortable within himself and the environment where they. Okay, imagine we get young people in a school picking then they go to school. One of the greatest challenges we get in Sierra Leone. Girl begin on go to school, he don't know nothing about himself, then he just begins to see blood they come out in private part. What he go feel? And within that setting where he dey, sometimes go get around when I'm mature and the way they don't get small experience, but then they begin shout. And once they begin shout, na shame it don't shame so. Sometimes you go sit down at that bench, even they able to respond. And even to the extent, if on we go now for like come back to school, it go find them very difficult.
So you think say we get anything like school dropouts because of this?
I am very well sure. And to some extent, sometimes the way they even change school because of that.
Because if you don't happen to run a public, you
yes.
say no, I need to go to that school again.
And then they go again, my company will laugh me. And we get a culture where in there sometimes most now where young people and they come up, they get that kind peer group, they get that kind system until they provoke themselves in that kind friendly way.
Okay.
You see, and not to everybody know how for controlling things. It becomes a problem for that particular young person.
Well, the program now, Well Body Talk, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We talk about reproductive health today, and inside the studio I get Fire Fore, Youth and Adolescent Mobilization Officer, Western Area for Maristopes Saloon. We can look at reproductive rights and also prevention method also. The program now, Well Body Talk, we go for a short break. We will continue the program, Well Body Talk. to now Well Body Talk, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We talk a very quick issue, and we'll come back to my studio guest, Fayaz Furi, Youth and Adolescent Advocacy Mobilization Officer, Western Area Maristop Saloon. We go now at the Well Woman Clinic. We said the head sister at the Well Woman Clinic, Sister Adjatu Salam, don't say they don't fail not say 75% of women them within they treat that in clinic get sexual transmitted infection. With this is say not good for the baby them within them belly because of it cause cervix cancer. Sister Adjatu Salam talk more to Princess Pias inside this interview.
Corona na a novel virus. Well, at first when it starts, and not to the Well Woman Clinic, all over the world, people begin afraid for go hospital. Because when they feel say we go hospital, now they go get corona. Now the hospital is safe for go. You know, but people don't die, not with corona or COVID. Now with the normal illness, when they use for don't go to hospital for, when they go, therefore then they die in a house. And then disease, then preventable. Inside the Well Woman Clinic, it is a safe environment to operate. So far, so good. We not get any person who don't come at the clinic with corona or with that high temperature they will need for isolate. The turnout be decreased at first, but because of the awareness raised what they do, the talk what they talk, and where the patients can come, and since they find themselves in a safer environment, the turnout then become small.
The COVID-19, like somebody who gets cancer, breast cancer, how bad it be if you possible for make you get cancer instead of coronavirus?
Well, so far, we not get anybody yet who here for seeing a cancer patient to get coronavirus. But one for a short with cancer patients say the Well Woman Clinic still they operate, and the same way we use for do with them, and so we deal with them. People with cancer patients, they become more affected because when they go to hospital. The cancer not is still one place. The cancer still they go, and that's they make their life they go at a higher risk and for will lead to death. Because when I no can hospital, first of all, somehow we can hospital, you know say na breast cancer get. Now during the examination, we can they check the na you know say lump the na we investigate. So the need there for make them can hospital. Let we screen them and let we know if na breast and simple breast lump when a benign breast lump or the cancer lump, so that further and quick intervention and go there where them go able for take and for preventing people that let it not go lead to death.
Okay, we know say when somebody gets belle, it gets number of complications and say different issues then they arise. So the issue of STI, what you normally get so far?
First of all, I want to let the public know say the Well Woman Clinic, we don't open a free antenatal clinic for the underprivileged people. That free antenatal clinic there, we need a bonaya, but we give them quality antenatal clinic. We find out a lot of people and they come with the STI infection. Both man and woman they get them. But like where they do with the reproductive cancer, they get one thing they call human papilloma virus. We can make woman and can get a cervical cancer. We woman, as soon as you get that STI, you go begin get offensive vaginal discharge. The private parts will they crash. Sometimes the water where they come out, they can get scent. Sometimes the discharge where they come out, they can feel like cheese. And so it they cuddle. Sometimes they can hear like in brown, they get low abdominal pain. Somehow they get mommy and daddy business if it can bleed. We find out, say for instance, if we get 200 belle women the way they can at the clinic. The first visit, sometimes first visit we get 85. Inside that 85 women they all can do because when you carry first visit, we get a blood and urine we get for screen. We can find out say inside that 85 days, sometimes 70 women or 65 women then get STI. When are a great concern. Because inside, if they get that sexually infection, and you not treat them quick, it can affect the baby.
All of them in the way that I like. What do you think say belle woman for do for make them not get this STI?
And then miscarriage can occur. Some they can get baby they waking blind. Some then can make the baby some of them brain they're not informed properly. Some the belle can just sit down and come out. So with the Well Woman Clinic now concern na make we dey talk to people dem for make dem go practice safe intercourse, safe mommy and daddy business. If you get a safe pregnancy, na so you go get safe delivery. But if you dey get complication, yeah, e possible say you lose the mama, you lose the baby.
Oh yes, that's na sister na Well Woman Clinic, sister Hadijatu Salam. They talk to Princess Pias inside that interview there about the sexual transmitted diseases we get for do with the program where they talk to the reproductive health. And I come to my studio guest Fire Fure, Youth and Adolescent Mobilization Officer, Western Area, Mary Stopes. You don't listen to that interview there and you get from the people themselves they deal with them.
Yes, we're not the service providers.
Yes.
So we don't come back to me first what I say now. What been talk about Belle woman them. As you get better, so the first thing we need for do, go to hospital. And for my first statement, when I say if I'm for make everybody know your status, whether you're a Belle woman now or not, hence you're a mature person way is sexually active, you need for know your status. And also you need for ensure say you practice safe sex, just like I say. Yeah, and avoid for get many partners where like you go involved into unprotected sex. If you know that you know somebody where get many partners, practice safe sex. Use your condom. Always. Whether you're a man or woman, a very well fine for make use of your condom.
Okay. You talk about safe sex, condom. Apart from condom, which means again and being with one partner?
Well, I think say you just need to get a faithful partner. A faithful partner means you need to be faithful. The partner say need to be faithful. So you need to be faithful to yourself. Enough I make you faithful no more, then the partner is not faithful. At the end of the day, it will become problem. So we need to all need to be faithful to yourself. Make una hold on to yourself.
Okay, so let me look at reproductive health rights. What are some of the reproductive rights them we posing it?
Well, as you can say, reproductive right now, a right way related to somebody in reproduction. Yeah, in terms of in reproduction. Again, right, nothing where it be say, when you talk about reproductive rights, you don't need to force somebody for anything in terms of reproduction. You don't need to force them for example, FGM. You don't need to force them, for example, for do abortion. You don't need to force them for make it take belly for you. You understand, eh? You don't need to force and for even get sex with her.
Okay.
Yeah, whether even if now you married and safe, you don't need to force her.
So now we look at the reproductive rights here, one after the other. One force them for do sex, we then can put into as rape. How come on that day?
Well, Sierra Leone, now we look at the cases the way they come out. Sierra Leone, yeah, so it's very common. We listen radios, interviews, and other things around the country. And if you even check with a Rainbow Initiative, it's a very high one. What they get in the country, yeah. It's very common in Sierra Leone, and it's not really fine. It kills society because the young one then we like when people we Bambai then will become better people than for build a nation. Then people, if you put them at a very early stage, it will become a problem. Yeah, and again, when somebody they in small one, you fall somebody with a big person involved into sex, that trauma they go there until the end of his life.
So let's look at abortion as reproductive rights. Abortion illegal in salon. How could somebody practice that?
Well, you go only practice and way it be say doctor certify say you not somebody for do abortion. Because we get pregnancies where at the end of the day, woman then will get complications. If that woman they end up for born that pikin day, it will be a problem.
Okay.
So for Sierra Leone, you can practice a way doctor don't certify say this pregnancy if you born her, not a problem. This pregnancy if you born her, you carry on with her, you go die. Or this pregnancy, so now the one way doctor certify, name for one.
So in some situations, for born na young right, and we know say Maristope na get them preventive measures them.
Yes.
But the challenge with them na that traditional people, religious people we believe in a religious background say, else God give me pikin, I for born am. If you woman then catch you they prevent, maybe that married they don't.
Well, just like how we can tell people always, Yeah. When you talk about the use of contraceptive or family planning, not one person issue than the whole. Now, until way man and woman need for sit down, then discuss them. The woman not go just abscond, a good one on your own. The man gets a vex at the end of the day. And again, the other way around, man themselves need for support the woman. And because we look at family planning issue, not one person business. If una born baku pikinde, na una two get for suffer. In terms of the economic challenge, in terms of the health challenge. Okay. And also, it will contribute to poverty in the country, the family and the country.
You talk about woman and man for Cabo. Man that we get the perception say, as God give me 30 picking for born them. In fact, for prevent na sin. How we go able to get a man on board for assist that woman for do family planning?
Well, na platforms like this for the use, for the educate man them. And now something way for be ongoing, not a one day business. Because you know, say for change human attitude, it get for take a period of time. So we get for the engage na radios, na communities, in meetings, just like how we can do at every level so far. So not to a one way thing. We get for involved in at a lot of platforms for ensure so we educate people how for make sure see man them especially for make sure see they encourage the woman them and support the woman them for make use of family planning services.
Okay, so when we look at the service of Maristope in reproductive rights,
okay,
what's in the position of Maristope and the kind of services we Maristope they do
well,
for that?
We they provide family planning services to the one that we want.
Okay.
Yeah, just like how they talk about rights now. Yeah, Maristope not the force anybody so fast he come na we clinic can't take them by force, and even when you reach the UA one time, we go down educate you first. Yeah, when you don't reach there, then get what we call consent. But before they consent, then get for cancel you first. During that counseling day, you go even ask. Make them tell you about all the methods they will get, all the procedures they will get, all the methods they will get, and also the side effects of anything in there. Because they never tell you, where they don't tell you, now you say go choose and this I want.
Okay. For somebody we not go Maristope for good prevention or elsewhere, but you want to know about the side effects them. Let's look at the different type of preventions there and then side effects.
Well, most likely the side effects are then common for all.
Okay. But we'll look at in general first, the preventive measures then.
And for example, we get long-term method, short-term method, and permanent method.
Okay.
Yeah. The short-term method are the one that then daily pills we women can take and for prevent pregnancy on a daily basis.
Like microganon.
Yes, okay. Yes. Then pills commonly we create a tablet.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we get condoms. Then say a short-term method. Then now we feel minutes safe. We don't as you don't get sex with pussy for puller. It's rare. Yeah. Then we get the injection. And that injection that we get a depot, we get a new way on Kawin and Sienna press. Yeah, the depot na 3 months. Period. The Sienna press na 3 months. Yeah, the depot in na only the service provider na go give you. The Sienna press, even the woman, then you go to the clinic, then learn you how to make use of her. When you make use of her, yeah, man, when you sabi make use of her, you go even have to buy them from we clinic. You can't go to use. You did it safe. Once that 3 months where you don't take the first one done, you go able to inject yourself with a full one where you know they get problem because now so they make in a new type we don't come.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we get a long-term method like the Captain Ban. Come on, now we come on language now. The implants where we commonly they call Captain Ban. We get a 3 years young and 5 years young. Then we get the IUD, we know the coil, in a 10 years period. The permanent method, like where we people can say, turn womb for the woman there. And the man themselves, permanent method, will get vasectomy. But then they will not get a specialist the way they do for the man there. The woman they own.
So you mean say man self can prevent?
Yes, man they prevent. Man we prevent. Condom use na prevention.
No, apart from like take pills, take injection.
Nine. You can you abstinence na prevention self back. Because when you have say yes, you see, and use of condom na prevention, and the vasectomy in a surgical method. Yeah, we like then get for tied the pipe with then call vast difference inside the spam the pass. Yeah, a thing like that. But like in we not get specialists that we do necessarily now. So
So you mentioned earlier, say the reactions them or the after effects are
yes.
the same. But why in a situation person get Captain Ban and they react on them?
Well, you know, say, and then for example, like Captain Bana chemical. So it get for na hormonal something. Where be say na like every human being, whether man and woman, you get hormones, and that hormones and then they make your body respond to certain functions of your body. Yeah. For example, for get sexual feeling within you see, and a hormone they cause that. For make you able born, all anything and then a hormones that they cause that. So Captain Ban injection na hormonal something and the tablet them. So with that way you take it get for go for make you able make your system able used to them. So that it go able react very well for prevent the pregnancy. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you make you get forget some of them side effects in there.
Okay, the program now Well Body Talk with the continue from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will open the phone line 077981981. Make you call and ask a question about reproductive health. 077981981 are the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. The program now Well Body Talk with the continue from 98.1 FM. I come again to me studio guest. We talk about reproductive rights and also prevention methods them inside the program Well Body Talk. You talk about one way now the coil, how that in the work.
Well, a coil and 10 years. And as something way now a device. In fact, in not to anything like how do I say, not to anything like hormonal what they call. Now something way they deal direct na a device. And a device when the insects na the womb. Yeah, na they get for day. And the womb you get for day. And that's we use them at 10 years. Now this particular device it help for prevent some certain amount of cancers in the body. And some of them not only coil, some of them preventive methods there are so then contraceptives there. Now something way they contribute to fertility. Yeah, for example, the Captain Ban, including this coil we talk about. So there is a tendency for woman make use of them, it prevent them. But the moment you pull them, we get sex, belly they can inside it. We get unprotected sex.
But what about the method for whose method they use for make somebody see in period for about 6 months or also
for make you not see in period?
Yes.
No, we don't get any method where person no go see in period. The only thing once you don't make use of the wire, it don't. Some people it different with certain amounts of people. It different, yeah. Some people no go see in period for some months, but that's not bad. Now the side effect will come out, and I make you can see say someone way not see in period na body they get. Na body na they get, and some of the side effects nandi that one pan nandi. Some man are dizziness, some man number who sleep.
But sometimes he can bleed himself, can be part of him.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah. However, for example, like somebody don't take a Captain Ban. If you see that particular person bleed, then go advise them for take like for example that micro root.
Microganon.
Yes. Yeah. So once you don't take that, but then back again before you make use of any of that, ensure say you call marriage. So we get toll free line 3535. Now toll free line where you know they born top up, just call, make you explain yourself to them, and then we'll advise you.
Okay, we'll get a call on the line. Quick one. Hello, good afternoon. Where call from? That caller is 077981981 and the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. We'll not get better to make widgets to pick few calls inside the program. We'll get a call on the line. Good afternoon. Where call from?
Hello?
077981981 are the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. The program now Well Body Talk with the country from 98.1 FM. We'll get a call on the line. Good afternoon. Where call from?
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon.
Where call from?
I call from UTC Road.
Contribution inside the program Well Body Talk.
Yeah, I want to ask you something. My wife, they take then tablet and the end of the day, the same period. We go hospital and tell me say for do clinic, for what, for clean the belly. no, Maristoop, and then tell me that the Maristoop within a tongue.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. Then go note the questions them and we answer them. 077 981 and the number for call and make your contribution inside the program. The program well body talk where they come to you on 98.1 FM. Today we look at reproductive health inside the program, and now I get Fire Foray, Youth and Adolescent Mobilization Officer, Western Area Maristoop's Saloon. Somebody they ask, say, human take pill and they same period again. Now waiting that.
Well, just like I will say, one of the side effects and then yeah. Now one of the not to something way bad.
We get a call on the line. Okay, don't lose. Yes, go ahead.
Not to something way bad. Just like we then say make you go do cleaning. Yeah. Now I think another way need for go is sit down with the service providers, then explain exactly what in the inside cleaning day before then they even do them. And they not go do them if you no consent.
Okay.
They not go do them if you no consent. Just like I will tell you, then side effects they are different for different people. Yeah. It just sound like a way. It just sound like a walk eat food. Sometimes you go eat cassava leaf. If it's you me way me eat me better the heart. So now just something like that no more. Then side effects and I think the way be say a normal with them family planning a thing here so.
Okay.
Contraceptives.
07798191 are the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. The program now well body talk where they come to you from 98.1 FM. 07798191 are the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. The program now well body talk will come to you from 98.1 FM. In situations like this, within Maristoop can advise.
Well, would advise you for make you go na the health center. Go na the clinic. Where you go na the clinic, then go tell you exactly what thing you need for no. Because you know just you don't say I know they see me period, then just tell you say this for do. You go there, you talk with the service provider, then ask exactly how you feel. So once they don't know how you feel, then go know how for take care of you.
Okay, somebody asked how somebody will take IP.
Well, IP in we common language you call them backup. Yeah, backup now after where the person don't do mommy and daddy business. Okay. Now instead now one of the contraceptive, it is part of the contraceptive method, and instead na short term. But for example, we get women the way they decide say then at the menstrual cycle then they use at the cycle, yeah, and somebody where they use the menstrual cycle, there's a tendency for make mistake happen there at any time, or sometimes, for example, if you know somebody where it gets 28 days, you menstrual cycle at 28 days, and you know a particular period say this particular period ovulation they start. What is ovulation? The egg inside the woman, sometimes they begin move for make it go na the womb, and within that tendency, if the woman do mommy and daddy business, every tendency they for let that woman get belly. So for let that not happen, you they take that particular IP or backup after we don't get sick within 3 days. That's 72 hours. Now for chicken. And the thing with IP, if you meet belly, they don't get nothing for do that belly. And they do nothing with the belly, no get nothing for do the belly.
So you know they prevent.
No, it prevent one of the spam.
Okay, now the spam, but where picking the
if you don't meet picking the way they exist within you,
you need do in form of abortion. You need do nothing. So what about some people where they drink Sol after sex and sit down, pull everything back?
Well, no scientific proof no day for say the work. However, I just start with people. It just start like with say now some person don't believe in it happens, you know more. Now, like, it guess something where you guess, but you don't get any scientific proof say where you make use of Sol, it pull that out. Again, it's very dangerous because at the end of me and you know say where you even take Sol, you put it on your tongue, ordinary one, you know how you feel now. So then it can cause problem for the woman then, yeah.
Okay.
Like infections.
Okay.
It cause infections, inflammation, and other things.
Okay, we get issue with the line. We're not going to take further calls. Them the program they almost round up now. For somebody who they listen now, we discuss on reproductive health. What thing are you general advice to people about reproductive health for healthy productive one?
Well, now everybody way now is Sierra Leonean or whether within Sierra Leone or every human being. If I'm for make you always they go to hospital, make you know your status. When you know your status, you go know how for waka. And also, when you don't know your status, you get for insurance, you always practice safe sex. Safe sex, yeah. The other thing for young people and parents, they need for make them go to educate them, picking them about their sexualities. Because if they don't know about their sexualities, at the end of the day, it becomes a problem. Then go involve into something where like then go become then go get unwanted pregnancy, and if they get unwanted pregnancy, either then go do unsafe abortion, or then become early mothers. And if they become early mothers, poverty don't candy. Or sometimes there's a very high tendency within the period we don't get that pregnancy day, that particular pregnancy day. The parent goes make you keep the pregnancy, and if that picking they keep the pregnancy, sometimes don't go want the picking, it lead to thing, maternal mortality.
Okay.
You see, and if it lead to maternal mortality, and sometimes again, the woman actually picking go the picking go actually born, and where you see picking born picking, sometimes the picking where you go down born at the end of the day, there's a very high tendency for let that picking self die. So you see, it's fine for make parents and they educate them, picking them, and we the people, we Sierra Leone and for let people and go to hospital, make them know their status. Okay. You ain't a Bele woman from the moment we don't know say they Pambele, go to hospital.
Okay, thank you very much. Faya Fure, Youth and Adolescent Mobilization Officer, Western Area Maristope Saloon, for kind of the program and give sabi to people about reproductive health.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate so much, and thank you also to listeners.
Okay, we sorry to listeners who were able to pick una calls and because they got issue with the line. Well, plenty thank you to me technical man on duty, DJ Sugarcane, and also Moses Kavara, we make una see live. Well, Body Talk, they come to you back next week, Thursday. Stay tuned for that. So till then, Musa Kamara, they say bye-bye.